I love Robert Saleh, and I can't fathom how he hasn't fixed this issue about containing mobile quarterbacks. It's been an issue since 2017. Am I overreacting here?
A little bit.
Okay.
Look, I don't know what their plan is to stop mobile quarterbacks and all of that. I do know that when I go back and watch, it feels like there are missed assignments, and I hate blaming coaches for players not executing because it's not always the coach's fault. But look, here's my big problem. The Eagles had nobody, even with the Niners, like many injuries in the secondary, they had nobody that was going to beat up these Niners corners in man coverage. Like Travis Fulgham, great play, but that play was more about the throw. Dante Johnson was in decent position. If you kept Wentz in the pocket, look, Wentz is a great player, great athlete, physically extremely gifted, but he's also got this tendency to do too much. And if you just kept him in the pocket and he looks around and he sees nobody open, he panics a little bit. And that's what's happened in week 1 and week 2 because the Eagles line is pathetic. Their play calling is and their wide receivers are terrible. And what happens to Wentz is that he looks around, he sees nobody open, and he starts to panic. He's like, I got to make a play. And he ends up fumbling, and he ends up throwing a pick. Wentz could have lost this game for the Niners if instead they let Wentz win this game for the Eagles.
Yeah, they really did. I totally agree. And to me, it's like similar to what happened week 1. You have a defense that's built to cover for 3 seconds. And it's not about the rushing yards, although that's part of it. It's just breaking the pocket and extending the play because the Niners just don't have the DBs. As soon as that happens, their defense is cooked. There's just openings all over the field.
Right, but I don't actually think the DBs played bad yesterday, especially because of who they were covering. Those guys weren't going to get open. The big problem is, like, the D-line is not the same. So Eric Armstead, while he was flashing all over the place and being impactful, when he gets there, nobody's getting there with him. And what happens is with this D-line.
That's what happened to Buckner when Buckner was younger, right?
Right, and what happened to this D-line is that last year, they could all just go at the quarterback because if D Ford moves him off his spot, the quarterback is getting sacked because there's no way you're blocking Buckner, Bosa, and Armstead for that long. But now, as much as I love Kerry Hyder, as much as I like Javon Kinlaw, and I think Armstead has actually played terrific, they're not the guys that I just named. And that really screws this defense over because once the quarterback moves off his spot, he has all day to go make an off-schedule play.
And that's like I'm put in a quandary of how to grade them. Like last night, I think I gave the Niners defensive line a C- or a C. And it's like they're disruptive. If that's the goal, they got an A. They were definitely disruptive. I mean, they flushed him out of the pocket, but it seems to me against this particular offense where like the whole offense is a guy scrambling around buying time, the goal is to contain him, not flush him out. Mm-hmm. Flushing him out helps him. And like I just remember from when Vic Fangio was the defensive coordinator, he would talk about it when he would face the Seahawks twice a year. He would talk about creating a cage around Russell Wilson, making him throw from the pocket, making him be a quarterback and stick to the structure of the play because once he breaks the pocket, it's playground football. And that's the best thing the Eagles have going for them for all the reasons you just said.
Right. And look, it's not like again, this is easy for me because I'm not like a huge Robert Saleh guy. Grant is, but look, it's not all on him. Look, Russell Wilson is going to break the pocket against everybody a couple of times. Kyler Murray is going to break the pocket against everybody a couple of times. Carson Wentz is going to break the pocket against everybody a couple of times. The goal is to limit it. And what this game turned into was Carson Wentz basically controlled this game because the only way the Eagles were going to win this game if they played in this kind of grinded out slugfest where they can get it to the point where Wentz makes a couple more plays than your guy. And that's what they got it to. And they did an excellent job of getting Wentz on the perimeter, basically neutralizing this interior O-line. They usually rolled him out right. So that new guy at left tackle was just like totally nobody cared about him. And once Wentz is on the perimeter, he makes a couple guys miss. He makes ridiculous throws off platform, and that's where he succeeds, and the Niners allowed him to succeed where he excels.